Alright, so today we're going to take another look at the ProCo Rat, and this time we're going to compare it to what the HX Stomp and the Helix products have in their versions. So they have the Ratatouille and then the Vermin Distortions, which are both copies of this. The Vermin, I believe, was the first iteration of it that came with the Helix whenever it was first launched, and then they realized that there was a little bit of variation from the one that they modeled to what a ProCo Rat really is supposed to sound like. So then, rather than just completely doing away with it, that's when they added the Ratatouille distortion. So this is borrowed from a friend of mine, so I'm going to try to knock out a couple of these videos while I can. I'll probably also do one when I compare it to the Wampler Ratsbane as well, which has same controls, just like 3 gain options and then 2 voice options that you can choose as well. So let's go ahead today and take a look at this. I'm playing my Telecaster today. I think during the demo video for the Rat I was using my LTD, and I was playing it with the simplifier, and really surprised with how different, but still rat-like this sounded through the different amps that you have in there. So the Vermin, or excuse me, the Marshall, the Vox, and the Fender there. So let me add an amp into here as well, and just trying to decide what amp. Let's maybe just throw a Sun version, and I'm not going to worry about the separating the amp and the cabs. Let's go with guitar all the way down here to the moon. Let's do that. It kind of makes sense. Let me adjust my volume just a little bit. And I am plugging the guitar into the HX Stomp, and then going from there, I've got the effects loop left running to the Rat, and then back, and then I'm just coming out mono into my DI+. And that's where I'm making the adjustments in the volume that I was just playing there. Let's see. Alright, so with that all set, let's try out the first one. This is the Vermin Rat. And the amp that I chose, that's kind of like a Sun amp. It's called the Moon. Not bad for a Telecaster. Let's try out the other updated version, and I kind of tried to keep the knobs about the same on this. I just feel like there's maybe a little bit more volume on the Ratatouille. Alright, now let's do the Rat. Made a difference. I was kind of playing it a little bit before I put the amp on there. I feel like it sounded a little different there, so obviously that's just the Rat signal with no amp or cab. Okay. It feels like that oh yeah, just get all of them going at the same time. It feels like the actual Rat has the most volume to it. Let me run through the controls on them though. So let's see. Take the distortion on this. All the way up. Back to about halfway. Filter. Let's start over on this end. Filter all the way up. Filter all the way down. And volume. All the way down. About 9 o'clock there, which I guess would be about 2.5 on one of these. So let's maybe compare that to this one. This is the Ratatouille. So the gain all the way down, or distortion. with the Ratatouille there. Okay, and then with the vermin. Let's go through and sweep the filter on this. So I'm going to start with the rat. Let's start on a higher string. Okay, that's the rat. This is the Ratatouille. Not a huge variation in the range. It kind of feels like you have one option or another one. It kind of flips over. So that's kind of interesting. I almost wonder if you could just get away with like a filter switch instead of having like the whole knob there. Let's do the same thing with the level. So I'm already on the vermin. Let's just start there. Volume all the way down. Oh, that's what's happening. So because this block is dark, but it's still highlighted, that means I'm making the adjustments on there, but that pedal's off. So that's why I'm not hearing anything. So I do have to make sure that I'm actually over on that other one. And that too. So vermin. Put the vermin there first. Then the there we go. It's always fun when you do that on accident, so I meant to turn that knob instead. So let's see, we're going to start with the level all the way down. Let's kind of put these back about 5 o'clock. It's the other thing too, you do that and you lose your progress. So let's do a quick save. Alright, and then back over here, let's just go ahead and put all this stuff back about 5 o'clock. Obviously don't have to do that on the rat. It's a nice thing. So from the vermin, let's start with the volume all the way down. Bring it up there. Okay. Really does help to push the amp. Doesn't have, you know, a little bit of gain and distortion down there. Almost feels like it's, too low there. You can still get it distortioning. It's got a lot of feedback in it. It's not like fuzzy. I like that. Let's see, and that's from the vermin. Let's go over to. Let's put that back at 5. Let's go over to the next one there, the Ratatouille. Volume down. Bring the volume up. Okay, let's do the same thing I did there. Level at max. And last, but certainly not last, so let's bring the volume all the way down. And that time it actually does go all the way away. So bringing it up. It sounds to me like the rat can go lower in volume and go louder in volume. As far as like the sweep, like it goes pretty much all the way down and then is, I think, higher than the other one. So let's add the distortion. And even just looking at the signal that I'm getting, I can tell it's nice and fuzzy, big signal without a lot of dynamic range to it, which that's kind of what you're going for if you're going for the rat, I would assume. So let me go ahead and wrap this one up. I hate to give like my specific opinion on this, and I like to leave it up to you. And I'm curious to hear your thoughts on which one sounds the best too. But to me, I can hear little variations between each of them, especially in like the knob sweep that you have there with them. But they're all kind of going for the same thing, and it might just be the controls that you need to get that sound might not need to be like exactly the same between each of them. You might have a little bit of tweakability between them to kind of get that sound. But I think that that rat sound that you're probably looking for can be achieved with any of the three of these options right here. So all good choices. I will say though that I have been impressed with just the rat unit itself. So this is probably going to be something that I'll have to add into my own collection once I return this one to my friend. But again, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys very much though, and I will see you again in another video soon. Thanks.